Hello everyone, this is Redact and this game is called Suzerain. Last episode we made some money, made a little bit of money by sending our tobacco products to other countries, but we weren't able to give any money to the healthcare person, so he's a bit angry about that. People may start dying of polio, unfortunately, but I didn't have any money at the time. That's my defense anyway. Right, so we'll see what amazing decisions I will make. Just carry on. Right, let's read the news. What happened? Time to smoke less. The administration has signed the Less Smoke Bill aimed at increasing tax income for the government and to reduce high tobacco consumption. Tobacco is recently discovered as dangerous to personal health after researchers in the United Continent published an international paper. Been imposing voices on the increase in the pack of cigarettes, especially the foreign ones that are favoured by the Sordish. Sorry. Because it was misspelled, I wasn't able to say it properly. Right. Smokes tax. The GNA passed an amendment to the tax bill of 1944 by increasing the tax by 20%, imposing a tax exemption on local tobacco products destined for transport. That will maybe help with our economy. We'll see. President Reagan has signed the bill into law, triggered a dozen complaints from working class citizens who smoke often. Health officials around the country praised the discouragement of tobacco with the increased taxes. There is a debate if the administration acted on this to increase taxes or to reduce the public health concerns, or maybe both. Well, yes. Alright, so what do we need to do now? Okay, so there's something going on over there. Guess that's what we do. Astroff anniversary request. A request to hold the anniversary remembrance 17 May. What's that about then? Bluetooth NGOs and the Labour Union Sordland have co-signed a request to hold the Astroff anniversary remembrance in Suzerain, regardless of the immediate suspension on the right to peaceful process. Allow this as an exception or forbid it. No, you can do that. It's okay. As long as you don't do something. You don't riot or something, and then we're going to crack down on you. Administration to allow the anniversary despite the state of emergency. By the issues of the past, President Reagan has graciously allowed the anniversary to be held in Suzerain. The remembrance will be taking place during emergency conditions with extra caution advised for the attendees. On this important day for the Bluish people, government stands by with the people of Sordland. Yes. Someone else have Radical have anything to say about that? No, they don't care. Only when they want to say shit about me do they say anything. Yeah, it's only when they want to say shit about me. Fine. Alright, so someone's going to complain that I did that. No doubt. Question to support and attend. Remembrance rally is about to begin. The Bluish movement is holding their largest rally yet to display their demands and strength. The administration can go to Suzerain to support the event with or without an armed convoy or not attended at all. Is there a lot of stuff going? It's the biggest city in the Burger region. It's famous. Dark parts of forced Bluish relocation. Certain rumours still circulate about a genocide that happened there, which triggered the formation of the Freedom Front by the followers of the deceased Ashraf. Things are a lot calmer than they were 2 decades ago. They live a normal life. Government institutions function, so many who come there. May not be as attractive as dire, but it certainly serves a good purpose. Should I just go? I don't want to bring a convoy. That's just going to... I don't think I need it. I'm going to support it. I'm going to go. And give a speech. And they'll all love me. Because everyone loves me. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Yes. Let's do it. On our way to Suzerain, we made a stop to meet the governor of the Burger, Felix Braun, to discuss the new structural changes regarding the special zone of Burgia. Wishes the best of luck while also displaying his approval of changes which has led to an increase in his authority. A few hours' drive from Daya, he finally arrived in the ancient walled city. More than 2 decades ago, the city gained political importance for the Bludish people due to the Isram incident. It's the reason for our visit. It's the anniversary of the Isram incident after the death of Watani Ashraf. The event took place in the aptly named Islam Square, just several blocks away from the site of the tragic Islam incident. It currently lays under the Lake Seoul together with the ruins of the sunken city. What happened? Bloody protests that occurred. Alright, so there was a dam project which proposed long-term solution to Burgess' energy problem. Alright, so there was a Bludish village called Islam which was planned to be evacuated and razed. Led to a series of protests. Protests managed to block the construction for 10 days. On the 7th day, a group of military personnel arrived. 10th day, a village elder named Watani Ashraf was shot by one of the soldiers that caused the protest to turn violent. According to the Radical, the entire group of protesters were killed that day by the group of soldiers who were ordered by Tarquin Sol himself to make sure the construction was underway. Consequently, Islam was razed and the construction of the dam started soon after. Right, so that led to protests and riots. To suppress the riot, the state reacted by taking drastic measures, which included one of the most controversial of Tarquin Sol's decisions that resulted in the persecution of thousands of Bludish people. According to the event, the Bludish Genocide, a group of Bludish nationalists established a militant resistant movement. Right. Okay. So that's where that whole thing started. Okay. We drove with the presidential Cadilla as we entered the city's old streets that were littered with broken glass and graffiti-defaced walls. There was a heavy presence of regional police. Convoy could barely fit the narrow streets, disrupting local traffic and creating a noisy chaos in the normally tranquil city. Passers-by looked upon us with concern as we drove towards the square. I must say this was a good decision, sir. This will help ease the tensions. I hope so. That was my intention. Yes. As expected. Yes. We're almost there. I can hear the crowd. Heard chants and shouting from outside. Lucian leaning closer to the window, listening to their voices. They're telling us to go back where we came from. We want solidarity. We're all one nation, guys. Come on. We approached a large crowd that assembled in the square. Probably at least 10,000 people. Most of them were yelling profanities and obscenities at me. Some even called me Sol's bootlicker. As our convoy slowed down, a young Bludish man ran in front of our vehicle and spat on the window I was looking out from. Do not do anything. Our vehicle came to a stop. I couldn't help but notice the presence of an excessively high number of regional police forces, as well as the gendarmerie alongside local police. They already line up around the square looking intimidatingly at the crowd. Must be the governor's doing. My driver exited the vehicle and opened the door for me. The crowd before me had signs in their hands protesting my decision to establish a special zone. We were greeted by Mansoon Licky. He wore a coat over his suit which was marked with the red and turquoise stripes of the Bludish movement's flag. He moved forward to greet us. Welcome, Mr. President. Looks like I'm not particularly welcome here. No need for pleasantries. I want this done as quickly as possible. No, that's rude. Raised his hand in a unit's display of unity. What is he doing? He wore a coat. He moved towards to greet us. I raised his hand in a display of unity. No, he may not want me to do. Let's shake his hand. Let's be pleasant. He pointed at the forces. I'm not sure bringing your army will help. They're here for protection. Let's go. They're not my army. They protect the special region. I see. The government must have a reason to fear from its own citizens then. On a day like this, you want to show support for the murdered Bludish people. You bring men with guns. I suppose the governor's huge army wasn't enough. Begia has already become a police state. A special zone. My intention is to stand in solidarity with our Bludish people. He raised an eyebrow. Mr. Leckie. Mr. Gallade, welcome. Shall we move into the sanctuary then? Let's go. Stood on making our way to the sanctuary which stood at the end of the square. A much smaller replica of the Arch Sanctuary in Daya, this building emanated a mystical aura due to its age and its blackened walls. Entered the building, ornamented large metal gates. As we walked, the noise of the crowd started to fade out. Everyone started to get quiet for the ceremony. Thousands of candles were burning inside the sanctuary, one for each person that died in Isam. The red candle at the center was for Watani Ashraf. Mansoon gestured towards the candles. Am I supposed to pick up? Should I pick up the red one? I think not. I think maybe I'm supposed to pick up the red one. Yeah, I guess so. We also picked up a candle and started walking out. Many others followed suit, including us. The atmosphere outside had completely changed. The crowd was now completely silent. We slowly walked towards Ashraf's grave. On the way, hundreds of people joined with us. Oh yeah, see, I shouldn't have picked up that one. Seeing the red candle in my hand, two people started shouting at me, breaking the silence. One man who managed to break the security cordon started running towards me and screamed, "Don't defile Ashraf's spirit, you racist dog! Take your hands off that candle!" Before he could get to me, the security forces grabbed the man and dragged him away. Mansoon looked at me with a mix of fear and anger in his eyes, but he knew better not to speak. When we arrived, he pointed at a huge standing torch above the grave. Yeah, we'll light it together with Manson. Turned around and realized the sheer amount of people who were following us. They were all looking at me, waiting to hear what I would say. My fellow citizens. Brothers and sisters. Here to mourn Watani, Ashraf, and the many others who have lost their lives. I'm standing before you as a president. I'm standing here as one of you. They were brave men and women who wanted to protect their land. I condemn the events that led to the death of these lives. Yeah, I'm standing here as one of you. By the attempts to divide us, our people will stand as one. We are sword, we are blood. We are all united in one flag. I share your hatred and anger. I feel it too, I assure you. Like red hot metal. It's a long time to cool down. We are one nation, okay? An old man yelled, "Your flag, your nation." Let me finish. Don't play into the hands of the separatists. United we stand, divided we fall. Let me tell you one thing. I dream of Sordland. Are you truly united, Sordland, a country where being a blood and a sword does not matter? We are all the same before God. Remember the words, love thy brothers and thy sisters. Must always stay together in the face of adversity against all odds. Yeah, let's love everyone. I feel responsible and ashamed for the actions of my predecessors. Most of all, I feel the desperation to remove this black mark from our history. Yeah. Let this be a testament of our unity for future generations. Let's stand together. I need help from each and every one of you to make this country a better place for everyone. The responsibility falls on all our shoulders, because we don't have anyone but each other. Yeah, we don't have anyone but each other. Are you with me? Are you with me? And they're going to say no. There was no reaction from the crowd, only silence. Okay. One man broke the silence and shouted, "Do not listen to murderers!" Threw a tomato which hit the ground right in front of me. You supported murderous, Smolak in his crusade against our people. You denied entry to innocent refugees. You were responsible for the death of thousands. Immediately after that, the whole crowd joined in with him. Oh no. Lucian looked at me worryingly. People started walking closer as they chanted, "Yolak, Bluderat." "Despite fascists, we keep marching," shouted a group of people in the very front, who also started waving the flags of the Workers' Party of Bludia. I was immediately surrounded by local police forces. They'd all drawn their guns and pointed at the approaching crowd. Hearing the chaos, the regional police forces also rushed inside. Suddenly, the entire crowd was surrounded by an army. "Sir, I think we must leave." As the security forces pushed everyone outside, the Presidential Guard escorted us back to our vehicle. That was close. They will pay for this. I'm glad we bought this much security. They will pay for this. No, I'm not going to do that. We should be more careful. Yeah, I'm just glad we bought this much security. We entered our vehicles and started making our way back home. Wow. They don't really forgive, do they? I think I did such bad things. Esquin kicks out the president. President Rain has been kicked out by the people during the anniversary. Since the beginning, the entire visit was clearly a sham to increase his public opinion polls. Well, yeah. And the good people acted on it. Unfortunately, a few citizens were injured during the stampede. The administration has not made any comments on the incident. Wow. I'm going to get it. Briefing on the current political situation. Okay. I walked to the White Room with a cup of coffee in my hand. My Vice President scheduled a meeting on the current political situation. I opened the door and entered the room. Peter immediately stood up. Anton, morning. Good morning. Alright, I've got some updates for you on what we're dealing with politically. Pulled out a few documents from a briefcase and laid them on the table. Simon told me he's almost done with the new economic plan. Said he still needs some time with it. Personally, I think he's just trying to avoid human contact for as long as possible. But what do I know? At any rate, he will schedule a meeting soon to go over our options. Tell him to be quick. Simon can pull it off. I'm sure he's never failed me before. Expecting good ideas and even better outcomes. It's better be good. For his own good. Simon can pull it off. I believe in him. I trust his capabilities, though I never ask him for dating advice. He closed the folder and put away the documents. Next on the docket. Next, it's time to talk about election prospects. There's a sharp, soft knock on the door. Lucian insisted on being here for this part. Good. We couldn't have won. How are you two getting along these days? How do you think Anton? I mean, he's polite enough to my face, but... Before he could continue, Lucian walked in. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President. His tone was nothing but cordial and professional, even as he cast a withering stare in Peter's direction. The three of us sat down. Peter handed out a new set of documents. Mr. Vector, and I'll let you take the lead on this. I will, Lucian. Thanks. I just received the results from a voter poll I commissioned earlier this year. To put it in plain language, it's not great. Bad, even. The USB stands to lose up to 20% of the vote compared to last time round. Good thing we don't need voters to win the election. Oh, no. We've still got time to win them over. Yeah, we've still got time to win them over. A year isn't a very long time. But yes, we can definitely gain more votes if we think strategically. And there's one arena Mr. Vector excels in. It's thinking strategically. Go on, Peter. Just shuffled some pages. One. Looking at the demographics of the voters polled. Falling out of favour with Conservatives, less than half of them are likely to vote for you. Unfortunately, you have next to no support from Liberals. For better or worse, you certainly aren't popular with Nationalists. I'm not popular with anyone. Have you ever had any support from Socialists? You've completely lost it now. Oh, fuck. Unsurprisingly, none of the Bluish poll respondents said they were planning on voting for you. Lastly, we can't expect votes from Centralists and unofficially through voters unless we do something to win them over. Oh, wait. Okay, so what do you suggest? I mean, you could always start a war. I'm sorry, what? Are you serious? Hey, it worked for Sol. We need more allies first, of course, but if we won against Rumbo, we'll come out looking like heroes. Lucian, is he right? Of course not. Considering our current state of preparedness, goading Rumberg into an armed conflict would cost us both voters and lives. Alright, but if Rumberg escalates things, I won't back off. I agree completely. Still, something to get... No, we're not going to go to war with anyone. It was just a thought. It's time to end this meeting. You're both dismissed. Any other advice for me, Lucian? Lucian smiled and bowed his head slightly. Thank you, Mr. President. This may sound like common sense, but a convincing enough campaign can succeed where policies fail. Even if you've not opted to focus on your campaign at the moment, I still advise you seize every chance for exposure that you can. Yeah, take that into account. Good. One more thing. There is not an insignificant portion of underside voters who don't care who occupies the Marine Palace as long as the economy is running smoothly. I'm trying with the economy. I think if we improve the economy, it's going to be fine. The bluish people, whatever. Yeah, but I've been a bit too centralist. I've not really sided with anyone. So I understand that no one really cares. Propping up the economy just ahead of the election is a surefire way to win them over. Thanks for the advice. Good to know. Thanks for the advice. You're great. Lucian nodded in acknowledgement. Stability is the key to allow the economy to improve further. Many of the country is still struggling to develop due to instability. There are some worrying news. The Lothbrok group is up to something. My informants have been talking about frequent meetings happening between the oligarchs. Great, I've heard enough, Peter. Was that all for today? Yes, that's everything. Good work, both of you. I'll see you shortly. Bid each other farewell and prepared to leave. Lucian stopped me abruptly at the door just as Peter left. A moment, please, sir. One more thing I need to talk to you about. Yes? What is it? What is it? Go on, tell me. What is it? You already know I wasn't entirely supportive of your cooperation with Chief Justice Hawker. As you know, the state of emergency is about to expire soon. I have to insist not to extend the state of emergency any longer. Any way we can come out of this election intact. Polls may not look promising, but the main reason for this is the state of emergency. We can still turn this around. We may not survive the elections if we enter elections in a state of emergency. The election would lose its legitimacy. I'm thinking about... I don't think we need to extend it. All the riots and stuff has gone away. Rumberg aren't unlikely to attack us. So that was already my intention. Yeah, we're not going to carry on. Glad to hear that. Anyway. I will not take up more of your time. I hope you listen to my advice. Good day. We both left the room. Excellent. Oh, well, there's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, what's going on over here? Are they angry with me still? Oh, still building that agricultural zone. Polio disease spreading like wildfires. Ministry of Health has submitted a dire report. It states that the polio disease is spreading uncontrollably out of the Bergia region with this... Oh, no. The suburban area has been hit the hardest. He warns that it would not be long before the infection starts spreading like wildfires in cities like Hallsword, Benfey and Lechoven. Number of infected is increasing rapidly from the current 32,000 and the death toll of 5,000. He said it was 32 last time, or 29 or something. Fuck. Bombing of the police outpost. Terrorists from the BFF bombed a outpost in Rebel. The attack took a toll of 6 lives and left 11 injured. Abandoned hideout. The cache was found with no trace from the terrorists. Area-wide search of armoured vehicles and helicopters is now underway. Damn it. Can they please be happy when I give them the agricultural zone? Sol Dam captured by BFF. The latest reports from the workers of the Sol Dam indicate that the energy facilities have been taken over. What is thought to be a terror attack. Gate workers were unharmed, and the witnesses reported the attacks were mostly from BFF. According to their account, a group of 30 to 40 attackers quickly dismantled their security. Police have been deployed. So far, no demands have been met. No demands. Read the report from Dyer. Felix Braun kidnapped. Orchestrated and attacked and raided the governor's office in Dyer, killing 4 guards. Felix Braun, governor. Oh, the governor's been kidnapped. Oh, fuck, no. Oh, no. No ransom requests or demands were delivered yet. Highest profile government official has dared to target in many years. The entire bigger police force is now on red alert. Communications being tapped to find the whereabouts of the governor. It's a special zone. They should be figuring that out. I should never have spent the money on the... I should have just... Yeah. Damn it. Briefing on the increasing unrest. Alright, let's do it. Lilia entered my office and took a seat. She was frowning intensely. Didn't want to talk at first, just fixed me with a steady gaze. When she did speak up, it was in strained tones. Mr. President, we have a problem. Okay, go on. Just came here. Take a look. I take a look at the report. report was titled BFF Attack on Sordland. I looked up immediately after reading the title. Yes, you read that right. Bluetooth Freedom Front has taken over Sordland. The dam currently provides 90% of electricity to Bulgaria and its neighbouring regions. If they destroy the power station, don't even want to think about the outcome. Thankfully, no casualties have been reported yet. We know that they have taken the staff as hostages. So how could we let this happen? The dam was not necessarily guarded well. No one thought they would hit a power centre. Mr. President. Wait, that's not all. Simultaneous attack, the Bluetooth terrorists have raided the governor's office in Dai and kidnapped Governor Braun, holding him hostage as well. Carl is on his way right now. He'll tell us what we know so far. Just then there was a loud knock on the door. Carl came in without waiting for an answer. He was clearly out of breath. Ah, there he is. He saluted me. Saluting back. Mr. President, I'm so sorry for being late. Carl, I already informed the President of the situation. Do you have any updates? Just received the demands from the terrorists. He handed me the file he was holding. I read the demands. I started reading the file. Mr. President Rain, in the name of the peace, we've taken hold of the Sordland, and the mayor of Dai is our hostage. 3 people of Blue Deer suffered enough under the tyranny of Sordland. Our villages were destroyed, our men and women assaulted, our children killed by our very own government in the name of this dam. We, the BFF, are with the people. We, the BFF, always defend the downtrodden. We, the BFF, fight for freedom. We, the BFF, are not like the Swedish government. We know compassion. We believe in a chance of reconciliation between our people. Why we are demanding a delegation from the Swedish government to negotiate the price of our freedom. Price of your freedom? We're ready to sit at the table as equals. Make no mistake, we also know that true freedom comes at a cost. Do not hesitate to sacrifice as many lives as it takes to achieve our goals. If our demands are not met, we shall cut electricity to the entirety of the Bulgaria and Nargis regions along with the mayor's head. Take this as your final warning. Yolak Bluderat. I handed the document to Lias and she read it carefully, as I thought. Mr. President, the BFS is a threat against our nation. They must be completely eradicated. We will not negotiate with terrorists. No, we won't. Your orders, Mr. President. Search and destroy, eliminate the enemies of the state. Infiltrate the dam quietly and take them out. No need to cause a ruckus. I will involve the military. This has got out of hand. Search and destroy, eliminate the enemies of the state. Infiltrate the dam quietly and take them out. No need to cause a ruckus. I will involve the military. This has gotten out of hand. No, that's too much. Let's see what their reaction is to that. As you command. It's good to see that we were taking immediate action. Thank you, Mr. President. That's all I had for today. Keep me posted on updates. I shall, Mr. President. Come on, Carl, we're leaving. Lilias hurriedly left the room. Carl bowed to me. Mr. President. He followed after her. Damn! What's going on? I got an attempt to end the growing unrest. I decided to utilize the police. I got some achievement. So I don't know what that was. I'll look it up later. Alright. BFF raids governor's office. Governor Braun has been kidnapped. Killed 4 guards. Dai is now in high alert and citizens may be asked for their IDs and checkpoints throughout the city. So this region is fine. We've got a special region. We've got lots of police and stuff. So I think we should be able to fix it. BFF captures Sordland. Visitors have admitted that currently Sordland is under the control of BFF. Nighttime raid by terrorists. Intention Sordland has always been an important symbol of bluish oppression in Sordland. In addition to its importance, the dam currently provides 90% of the energy requirement of Bulgaria and nearby regions. If anything happened to the dam, it would be a disaster of the century. Send in the military and get them to blow it up. Worst case scenario must be prevented at all costs, even if it means giving in to their demands. No! Do not negotiate with terrorists. International polio crisis. Earlier this week, the leader of United Contana and the head of the CSP declared polio to be a public health crisis. He urged the allied countries within the pact to immediately start preventative procedures, stop the virus from spreading, and hastily apply the vaccine, which is made available for the entire world. President Walker's likewise made a public statement that countries in the ATO should swiftly administer the vaccine to stop the disease from spreading to highly populated areas. Plague spreading rapidly, especially in Suzerain and Sordland, causing millions of deaths and even more infection throughout the world. It's encouraged that all countries, regardless of ideology, come together and fight the pandemic. Well, I've got some money now, so I could do it if the game gives me the option. So another terrible incident in our country. Targeted. Attempt to terrorize the people of Sordland. Government has announced 2 deaths, 8 wounded. Must unite against the evil of these wrongdoers and put an end to once and for all. What is the government doing? Why couldn't this be prevented? Must we keep losing the lives of our soldiers and citizens? They are criminals. Industrial expansion. I don't want to spend any money. I want to spend money on the health now. Well, I've got money. Anyway, alright. Well, that's going to be the end of this episode. Next episode, I guess we'll find out. Hang on. Order. Bluish uprising. Alright, so that's what the achievement was. Protests have escalated to a full-blown uprising in Bulgaria with increased violence and even armed rebels engaging security forces. Okay, well, we'll see about that next time. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you next time. Take care, everyone.